What's up, guys? This is Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we are back with another Michigan recruiting report. We're going to be breaking down 5 key recruits coming in for the game this weekend. Before we do, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos. And as always, make sure to subscribe to the Wolverine.com if you want even more Michigan recruiting information, intel on the transfer portal, the team, basketball, and so much more. You can head over to the Wolverine.com. Take advantage of our flash sale, $1 for the first week for new members only. Again, head over to the Wolverine.com and get all your exclusive insider information before the game and before next week's National Signing Day. All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to be breaking down 5 key recruits visiting for the game this weekend. We'll start off in the 27 class. A lot of talented skill players coming in. No one ranked higher than 5-star running back Kaman Spell, the #1 running back in the country, the #3 overall recruit nationally. Spell is an elite talent, the guy who just checks all the boxes at the running back position. You might be asking yourself, does Michigan actually have a chance here, considering that they just landed Savion Hyder? And I think, if there is a program that can sell Spell on coming in behind another 5-star, it is Michigan, because they have the track record of featuring 2 running backs. They did so with Blake Corum and Hassan Haskins, Donovan and Blake, Donovan and Khalil Mullings, even Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall. So I think they sell them on like, hey, man, you guys can be a dynamic duo here. We feature 2 backs all the time. We're still a run-first program. And Savion Hyder will be on campus this weekend. So I don't think Savion is the type to shy away from competition. I think he would actually do some peer recruiting with Kaman Spell. So it's, a great opportunity for Michigan to get those guys together. And then Tony Alford has shown he can land the big fish, right? He did it with Savion Hyder. I mean, there's a good chance Savion Hyder wouldn't be at Michigan right now if it weren't for Tony Alford. So I think Alford's done a really nice job of recruiting Kaman Spell as well. And, it's going to be a tough recruitment to win. Georgia is already trending on the Rivals recruiting prediction machine, but Michigan is giving itself a shot, and we'll see how the weekend goes. All right, guys, let's move on to our next 2027 prospect and another 5-star coming in this weekend, and that is Monson Sales out of Indiana. One of my favorite prospects in the 2027 class. I mean, when you look at upside and metrics, this guy checks all the boxes. He's 6'5", 201 pounds, already, just freaky size, freaky catch radius, freaky athleticism. And then you look at his track times. I mean, sub 11, 100 meter for that size, super, super impressive. So I think Sales is a day 1 impact player. I think he could come in to Michigan. He could be part of the 2026 class and come in and be a day 1 impact player. There's a reason, he's a top 10 player nationally. I think he has an argument as the #1 wide receiver nationally. In terms of where Michigan stands, the Wolverines are in that top group early on, along with schools like Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame. I think the biggest selling point for Sales is simply, we need you. We need help in the wide receiver room. We have a former 5-star quarterback in Bryce Underwood. He needs weapons. We'll get you the ball, and we'll get you the ball early on. So, again, we'll see how this weekend goes, but Michigan in that top group is Sales early on, and this is his 2nd visit. So, something to really monitor there. And Sales won't be the only elite wide receiver making his way to campus this weekend. We've talked a lot about Dakota Guerrant, who will be back. He's made double-digit visits to Michigan throughout his recruitment. This will be his 2nd visit of the fall. A top 100 wide receiver, in-state kid out of Harper Woods, part of the Sound Mind, Sound Body program, which produced guys like Will Johnson and Bryce Underwood. He knows Bryce, already has some chemistry and a connection with him. I think that's a big selling point for Guerrant, is just, is Bryce Underwood and teaming up with him. I think if Bryce does really well in the game this weekend, that's another, easy sell to both Sales and Guerrant. I think Michigan is arguably the team to beat in this recruitment, but Ohio State has really made things interesting. Oregon, it's kind of become a wild card. There's a few other schools that are involved too, but this is a kid that Michigan should absolutely keep at home. Not only is he an in-state kid and has the ties I just mentioned, but he plays at Harper Woods under Rod Oden, who's a Michigan grad. He's a cousin of Michigan defensive back Jacob Oden. So those ties run deep. And again, Michigan in a good spot with Guerrant here heading into the weekend. Let's go ahead and flip over to 2026. And speaking of flips, Michigan has a prime opportunity to complete a very important flip this weekend, and that's Adrian Hamilton, 3-star offensive lineman out of Washington, D.C., St. John's, committed to Virginia Tech right now. Obviously, Virginia Tech went out and made a splash hire at head coach, bringing in James Franklin. But Franklin didn't really recruit Hamilton at Penn State. There's no direct connection there. So the door's wide open for Michigan to make a move this weekend. I'm really close to putting in a flip pick. He's never visited Michigan before, which is why I haven't put in the prediction yet. But I think once he steps foot on campus, if everything goes well, it wouldn't be surprising if I do put in a flip pick this weekend. He is a teammate of Tariq Boney. He's quickly, who is committed to Michigan already. He's quickly developed a strong relationship with Michigan offensive line coach Grant Newsome. So a lot to like about Michigan here. I'm not going to talk about Haven Finney in this video because as of right now, he is not a confirmed visitor. But if Finney shows up, those will be the two guys to really monitor in 26 in terms of flips. Finney being a Rivals 300 cornerback committed to LSU. But we'll see what the weekend holds with the flip targets. One guy Michigan needs to keep in the class is top 100 edge Julian Walker, who will be making his first visit to Michigan since the summer when he committed to the Wolverines over South Carolina in a move that surprised a lot of people, including myself. I think the perception going into the summer was that he would stay close to home. He's a Dutch Fork kid out of Columbia. The perception was he would stay close to home and pick South Carolina. South Carolina was the heavy leader on the Rivals prediction machine up until that Michigan OV, which really, swung some momentum towards the Wolverines. Now, Michigan knew when he committed, they would need to continue to fight off South Carolina, and that's been the case this fall. Like I said, this will be the first visit he makes since the summer. In between that time, he's made several visits to South Carolina this fall, including an official visit. His father's part of the strength and conditioning program for the Gamecocks. His mother wasn't part of the Michigan official visit in the summer, so this will be her first time on campus. I think here Michigan absolutely has to, one, win over his mom, two, make Julian feel at home again, really get him around some of the fellow commits that are coming in, especially along the defensive line, like Tariq Boney and Carter Meadows and Vallejo and Titan Davis. So, and then three, I think, it can't hurt to talk NIL too. But yeah, I think this one could go either way. A really good visit could keep Walker in the class, but I think South Carolina is going to be a threat all the way up until Wednesday when he puts pen to paper. So those are 5 key recruits visiting Michigan this weekend for the game against Ohio State. For even more coverage, it's an absolutely loaded list. Head over to thewolverine.com. Use that promo code. There is no promo code. Just go over there, click the Join Now button. It's $1 for the first week for new members only. Get exclusive insider information on everything Michigan recruiting. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. We'll be back next week.